Thank you for joining us for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. With each show, we aim to cater to persons of all ages. And of course, today is no different. For the young, career guidance.
Whatever you're doing, from you put your mind to it, well, it can be successful.
And for the more mature, learning opportunities.
I am so proud to know at my age, at 72, I am doing computer.
All that and so much more after this message.
Want to know the law pertaining to renting a house? What about the procedure if you're arrested? Or what is defined as corruption? Then click on the Ministry of Justice website. It has information on every law passed in Jamaica. The House of Parliament portal also has the more recent year's pieces of legislation. The sites are easy to search and the files are downloadable. Make access to justice your business. Know your rights.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, August 30. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is assuring Jamaicans that government is fine-tuning the implementation of the Zones of Special Operations to carry out the initiative in the correct manner. In response to public sentiments agitating for the zones, Mr. Holness says the police are being trained and agencies realigned to ensure the policy is effective and beneficial to the nation. As part of that process, the Prime Minister met with Police Commissioner George Coelho and senior commanders of the Jamaica Constabulary Force on Monday for an intense session on expectations for the zones. Monday's talks at Jamaica House follow discussions with the Police Officer Corps last Wednesday. During the meeting at Jamaica House, the Prime Minister emphasized that planning was critical to the successful implementation of the Zones of Special Operations. Mr. Holness said part of that planning and successful implementation was the power of search in recovering weapons. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister held a series of cabinet meetings on Monday to discuss government's fiscal policy. The meeting reviewed the progress of the current fiscal policy and examined targets. Cabinet members also discussed plans for the budget for the 2018-2019 financial year. And on Tuesday, Mr. Holness led Cabinet in discussions on the Zones of Special Operations. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid says the second tranche of funding for public schools will be disbursed ahead of the September 4 start of the new academic year. The first tranche was paid to schools in June. Minister Reid says the third payment will be issued in December 2017, while schools will receive the fourth tranche in April 2018. He says government is committed to funding education as it offers the best opportunity for improved quality of life for Jamaicans.
During this 2017-2018 new academic year, together we must focus on sustaining this positive momentum in student achievement.
The Education Minister was addressing a JIS think tank on Monday. He pointed out that the ministry was also honoring its commitment to increase funding to primary, all-age and junior high schools this academic year with a budget of $1 billion excluding salaries. Minister Reid said schools would also continue to be provided with a maintenance grant of $50,000 per school, along with a janitorial grant of $172,000. Jamaica now has an additional area code to facilitate the introduction of mandatory 10-digit dialing, which becomes effective on May 31, 2018. The new area code is 658. The Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, says the additional area code will ensure that there are sufficient numbers available to satisfy telecommunications growth over the next 25 years. In a statement, OUR Director General Ansord Hewitt says the new area code will be used in addition to and not as a replacement for the existing 876 area code. 658 will be used once the existing telephone numbers under the 876 area code are exhausted. In the meantime, OUR's Director General is assuring that the introduction of 10-digit dialing on May 31, 2018 will not increase telephone charges or require a change to persons' existing telephone numbers. Ahead of its implementation date, business, government, and residential customers are being asked to start adding the current 876 area code on all their printed materials and signage. Come October, motorists who traverse the Marley Hill roadway in Old Harbour, St. Catherine will see an improvement in the road surface. A $22 million project started on August 24 and will involve drainage improvement, the installation of sidewalks, and the resurfacing of the road using asphaltic concrete. The project is being executed through the Road Maintenance Fund by one of the National Works Agency's force account teams. During the roadworks, motorists are being advised to obey the posted warning signs and the instructions of flag persons. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is now on a one-day working visit in the Republic of Chile. Mr. Holness is expected to hold a series of bilateral talks with key interests in the South American country, among them Chilean President Michelle Bachelet and tourism, hotel and business development groups. The Prime Minister is accompanied by the Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister, the Jamaican Ambassador to Chile, and Ambassador Nigel Clark. Mr. Holness returns to the island on Thursday. While he is away, Dr. Horace Chang is in charge of the government. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Get legal advice for free. Yes, free! From the Mobile Justice Unit. The Mobile Justice Unit makes scheduled stops in towns across the country, and the unit is open for stops at community meetings and school expos. Get free consultation on matters to do with land, immigration, divorce, job redundancy or termination, custody and maintenance. The Mobile Justice Unit, providing access to timely justice outcomes. To request a visit, contact the Legal Aid Council, 131 Tower Street, downtown Kingston, or call them at 922-3761.
If I were to make an evaluation, I would say that the work done has exceeded expectations.
In December 2015, the justice system was plunged into tragedy. The 4-story coroner's court building that was located on Duke Street in downtown Kingston was gutted by fire. This left the workers without an office and forced to work out of shared spaces at the Sutton Street Court. But like a butterfly that finds new life through a caterpillar, a newly modernized Coroner's and Special Coroner's Court has risen. The Ministry of Justice acquired and renovated space at 119A Maxfield Avenue in St. Andrew to house the court. Over $22 million was spent to renovate the building, which was recently handed over to the judiciary.
Even though the work of the court continued, I am proud to say that this facility, which is the new home of the Coroners and Special Coroners Courts, is really well appointed, has adequate space, and has completely new furnishings. Indeed, we spent just over $4.5 million to ensure that all the furniture that you will see are absolutely new. The contract for the refurbishing of this court was signed in February of this year. The refurbished premises will no doubt contribute to the efficient administration and operations of the courts. The exercise of the jurisdictions and functions of the courts can now take place in an environment that is in keeping with the dignity and importance of the coroner's offices. The judges' chambers, you will see, are quite spacious. The courtrooms are comfortable. There's adequate seating for the users of the courts, and there are facilities for the staff, such as a canteen or a pantry.
The staff is exceedingly happy for their new, comfortable work environment. A coroner is an officer who holds inquests on the bodies of persons suspected to have died by violence or accident in order to determine whether the death was natural or caused. Over 100 cases per year are dealt with by the Jamaican court.
But I'm pleased to see that the court has finally found another location which has been refurbished in a manner that is very aesthetically pleasing. Work has been done, much work has been done, as you have heard, and I commend the Ministry of Justice, Mr. Vivian Gordon, who led the charge, and all those who worked on this building in order to make it what it is.
It was on this architect that the government bestowed its confidence to transform the space into the new court.
In terms of the orientation and layout of the courtrooms and the facilities that are there, it is a very complete example of what a court facility is supposed to offer. So how the public are served, how they interact with the members of staff, how they utilize the courtroom, the amenities are all there. And as I said before, I don't want to make it sound as if there is no room for improvement, but it is a very good example of how the court environment is supposed to be. In the process of designing for the Ministry of Justice and in terms of designing courthouses, your clients are varied. You have judges, you have clerks, you have the staff of the court, you have police, you have all the people that have to interact with the justice system. But the process is design, and then you have to get into the process of creating the drawings, and then you have to get the process of tender for the actual construction phase, and then you have to do the supervision of the work. The ministry is fully aware of what our responsibilities are, and we are constantly striving to ensure that facilities that are provided for the public and the staff and the judges and the attorneys is of a standard that we are proud to call our own.
The new court will serve as a space to create and preserve a just society, inclusive of a timely delivery of justice.
Life is all about making decisions, choosing from a number of options to do a particular thing, which may result in a specific outcome.
It can be difficult, but there are 4 things you can do to help make that decision.
Stop. Check out what's happening and remind yourself to think before acting.
Think. Make sure you're aware of the choices, all the advantages and disadvantages. Then think about the consequences.
Act. Choose the best option and do something about it.
Review. Finally, review what you have done and determine if it was good or bad. That way, you'll be in a better position to make the next decision, whether big or simple.
As the school year begins, some of you students will be thinking about choosing a possible career. This may be overwhelming as there are so many choices. Some may not know where to start. Well, start by not stressing too much about it. Although it is important to have an idea about what you want to do in the future, most persons travel down many paths before arriving at their destination. But if you want to start mapping your career course early on, one approach is to think about what you like to do or what you are good at doing. Another thing to think about is, are there jobs available in the field that you are thinking about going into? The working world is constantly evolving, so it is important to keep up with trends in the labor market. You may also seek to gain experience through volunteerism and interning. Though it may take some time arriving at a final decision, remember, a profession should not only allow you to pay the bills, but should also be personally fulfilling. When you enjoy what you do, you will be more productive and will be better able to play a part in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. If you have a passion for helping people put their best face forward, maybe you should consider a profession in the beauty industry, such as barbering.
I became a barber in 2002.
I got started in this business about 12 years ago. Was going to school and I was loving it. So I just try it, and from that I've been in it.
I like to make people look neat, you know, from a tender stage I like neatness, so I choose barber.
And I chose this job because from a younger age, I love trimming. Used to do it in school, line up my friend them, and I find it very interesting.
Barbering is one of the oldest professions in the world, with archaeological evidence of the practice even among prehistoric people. Over the centuries, the profession's popularity has steadily grown, and its skilled practitioners can command meaningful earnings for cutting, trimming, shaping, and tapering men's hair.
We cut women's hair as well, and cut it very well too.
Yeah, you know, ladies gonna be different. You know, basically, ladies, when they want something done to them hair, they really want it that way. There's not really a problem still, we just do it exactly like how they want it.
You have to make people know what you do, and you have to leave a trademark.
Yes, you can make a great living if you're serious with it, if you love it, if you really want it.
First step is to get training, and that's not limited to the classroom. Many barbers will tell you that they learned the trade on the shop floor, mentored by a senior barber.
One day I was at this very same building sitting down, not doing anything. And somebody said, fifth there, some barber shop need a barber, and them say I should come and check it out. Not knowing I could be here right now being a professional barber like I am right now.
If you don't have a skill like that, it's best to go to the school so you can know how to do it. But sometimes it's just like a gift.
Completing an approved training program in a certified beauty or barber school can only be a bonus, especially if you're looking to ply your trade in different countries where you wouldn't have had time to build a reputation. Speaking of which,
I really tip you overseas. That basically is the main difference. They might give you a tip, but around here you don't really get a tip like that. Barber license, that is required. It's basically the same thing.
in Jamaica, barbers are licensed by the local authority or parish council. You'll need a health certificate issued by the medical officer, 2 attested photographs, a certified copy of the relevant certificate or diploma granted by professional training institution, and the relevant fee. Submit your documents, and if all checks out, your license will follow.
The barber that is the top barber go and get his license. There, you have to go through a process of studying about germs and all the things that can transfer of disease and all the things that can happen through barbering.
Know how when to wash your hand after a customer. Know how to prepare yourself before a customer come in your chair. So basically, it's a lot of stuff you have to know.
Like, good customer service is not an option.
This is the barber shop, Cornerstone neighborhood. Our own country club. I mean, we can't talk straight in the barber shop, then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
Yes. You have to have a personality about it. You have to have that. But sometimes somebody come to you and just talk, and you have to have a thing. Sometimes you're not in the talking mood, you know, but it's a customer, so you have to just give him that vibes and reason with him. So barber shop is really like a reason spot just like that also.
The best thing about my job is to please the customer. Give the customer what they want.
So maybe a customer call in your bed 8 o'clock, so you have a flight. So you don't know, it's a customer, so you have to jump out and go get him, deal with him, can go get him business start out.
The barber that is on top of his game have a lot of customers. Customers from all over. Customers from foreign, customers from country, customers all over.
You know, the man always have to groom the hair. Some groom it for women, some groom it for interviews. And like this expensive man in my chair. Young people, all I'm saying to you is if you choose barber, You just have to put your mind to it. Whatever you're doing, from you put your mind to it, well, it can be successful.
We are children and we have rights. We have a right to be protected,
provided for,
and included. Don't beat me up, don't belittle me, and please don't molest me. I am under 13. I should not be working for a living. That is child labor. It is illegal. Stop leaving me alone. I am too young to provide for myself. I need your guidance.
Protect our nation's children. They have rights too. To learn more about children's rights, call or visit the offices of the Child Development Agency.
The Negril Branch Library provides a space where everyone, from tots to the elderly, can learn something new. Up next, find out how this library is facilitating development of persons from surrounding communities.
A stone's throw from the Caribbean Sea is the Negril Branch Library. Picturesque, warm, tranquil, a haven for the community in this busy tourism mecca in Westmoreland. Bringing together children and adults alike, the library provides the place and space to fulfill educational and recreational needs. These services can be accessed throughout the entire Westmoreland Parish Library Network.
The Westmoreland Parish Library Network has 8 libraries, branch libraries, 1 major library, 1 mobile library service. We have 5 full-time libraries, 3 part-time libraries.
The Negril Branch Library has developed a strong network which has resulted in several partnerships which enhances the service capacity. Through partnership with the Rock House Foundation, the physical structure of the library has been transformed and crucial resources have been provided to strengthen its impact on the community.
We've expanded the library from what was originally 500 square feet in the front to a little less than 4,000 square feet. I think that it, it stands up to standards of a public library anywhere in the world. It's become an enticing physical environment. People like to be here. And that was one of our objectives in creating the library so that it would be an enticing kind of place for both children and adults.
The Friends of the Library Committee is working to ensure that concerted and consistent steps are taken to promote the importance of the library service, primarily among the youth.
The objective is really just to make the library better, right? More efficient, more available to the kids in the neighborhood, to promote this idea that the library is a place where the kids can come. It's fun. Learning is fun. I'm inspired by Marcus Garvey, who says, "Intelligence rules the world. Ignorance carries its burden." This library is a testament to beating back ignorance.
In engaging its members and users, the library is cultivating an appreciation for technology through the Global Libraries ICT project.
The Westmoreland Parish Library Network received 60 computers from the Global Libraries ICT project, 2 laptops for the mobile library service. At the Negril Branch Library, we got 5 of those computers here. We use them for social media training, homework assistance, and the tech club.
The integration of technology is transforming the way how all users, young and old, interface with the various programs and services being offered at the library.
I am so proud to know at my age, at 72, I am doing computer. You can't tell how proud I am to be a part of the senior citizen computer class.
The children enjoy the Tiny Tots section where they come and they will select various books, especially interactive books. They enjoy, even though some of them might not be familiar with the words in the book, but the pictures are very bright and colorful, and so they will tend to look at the pictures and make up their own stories based on the characters they see in the story.
While building technological knowledge, there are other means to build the recreational needs of library members.
We also do performing arts. It is still one of the top activities that the library has to offer.
The Negril Branch Library's ongoing process of transformation and innovation ensures open access to information and lifelong learning.
If you still haven't gotten all your child's textbooks or want to help others with theirs, the JIS Book Exchange program remains open. Donate, exchange, or share textbooks that you no longer need, whether they are new or used. For infant, primary, high, or even university students, exchange or share your books. Pass them on to those that need them. Drop them off at GIS's head office on 58A Halfway Tree Road or email pr@gis.gov.jm to make arrangements for drop-off. For further information, contact the Public Relations and Marketing Department at 9291919 or 926359024. Join the mission and be a part of the JIS Book Exchange Initiative.
You've got to start at ABC.
This is where we close the edition of the magazine for today, but our story continues online. Visit our YouTube page or our website to watch other editions. We value your feedback, so send us an email or drop us a message on our Facebook page. On behalf of all of us here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.